And here we have it, beta-alanine once again. Now, it's just a few weeks ago that you and I were basically reviewing the study in regard to special operation units and the consumption of beta-alanine and how it significantly improved the outcomes of the test in regard to combat stressors, meaning they perform better mathematically, targeting, so on and so forth, those consuming the beta-alanine. Now, here we have it again. And this, what we're looking at, is a Montreal cognitive assessment. Now, this is what makes it amazing. I'm going to focus on basically the graphic B. And anything that's basically 26 and above is considered not having any cognitive challenges or cognitive dysfunction. So what we want to focus on is B, which is 26 and below. Now, the first part to explain the bar chart is basically the pre means before the consumption of beta-alanine. In this case, was 2.4 grams for just a mere 10 weeks daily. Now, mid is the results after 5 weeks. Think about that. You're taking only 2.4 grams of beta-alanine for 5 weeks, and those individuals between the ages of 60 and 80 that have some cognitive challenges, and you start to notice improvement. At 10 weeks, the post, that's what you're looking at right there. So that's what we're looking at, the Montreal Cognitive Assessment scores with just the mere consumption of 2.4 grams of beta-alanine per day for 10 weeks, and we're yielding significant results. Again, before the consumption of beta-alanine, mid, 5 weeks into basically the consumption of beta-alanine, and 10 weeks, the full study, therefore post. Now, this is where it gets amazing. And the reason this next chart, for example, is amazing to me personally, without interjecting publisher bias, is we're looking at the geriatric depression scale. Almost said score, but scale. And the thing that truly makes it amazing is the following. You have to look at it this way. Between 0 and 4 is pretty much not feeling subpar or not having necessarily any overt depression type symptoms, meaning feeling pretty good. And so if you look at the chart, everyone pretty much is between 0 and 4 when they go to take the test. Now, there can be some confounding or biases or pressure from the survey and so on and so forth, not to show any signs of depression. So I'm not going to get into the confounding part. But the part that's amazing is this. Pre is a score ahead of time. Mid, remember it's a 10-week study. Midpoint of the study, 5 weeks. And post, 10 weeks. We're taking individuals which don't necessarily have any, depression type symptoms, and yet they're being improved. We're taking people that already feel pretty good, and it looks like even after feeling pretty good, they feel gooder or better. That's the part I find incredibly amazing in the geriatric depression scale, the GDS. Read down below, it explains it. I think a scale of 0 to 15, but you can get the hint. That, to me, is pretty amazing. It's you're taking individuals which really don't have any challenges in that light, and somehow you have a significant difference in regard to the feelings, so to say. So you're taking basically, I feel okay, I'm not down, to I'm feeling great. You get the drift? That is pretty amazing. It's tough to make people help people that already feel pretty good feel much better. So that's really kind of cool in geriatric depression score. But let's get right into the study as follows. The details, we covered most of it in the Montreal Cognitive Assessment and also the GDS. So geriatric depression score. So let's begin. So here we are. Role of beta-alanine supplementation on cognitive function, mood, and physical function in older adults, a double-blind, randomized control study. The backstory, as we covered ahead of time, this was the hypothesis which led to the null and alternative, not to be technical, to basically the hypothesis. Proceed. In studies examining the efficacy of beta-alanine supplementation on soldiers in special operation units, the ability to improve physical function was observed. But the investigators also indicated that the soldiers that supplemented with beta-alanine also experienced significant improvements in cognitive function during periods of high stress. And I think it was like live fire exercise and so on and so forth. Now, the animal study. Just jump a little bit ahead. Animals provided with beta-alanine experienced reduced brain inflammation. And you think about it, inflammation and depression, so on and so forth, how that new field of science is beginning to evolve. Reduced anxiety maintains spatial memory compared to animals exposed to these stimuli but given a placebo. These studies suggest that beta-alanine supplementation could impact neural tissue and potentially promote brain health. That's the hypothesis, and this is the trail that led them on to study further. As humans age, increased oxidative stress and inflammation in the brain are found to be associated with cognitive decline and a greater risk for neuroinflammatory diseases. To proceed, the study group, 100 older, I think 21 dropped out, but towards the end, you'll see, 100 older adults between the ages of 60 and 80, men, women, volunteer participated in this double-blind randomized controlled study. The methods, and this is not extremely taxing. To proceed, participants were instructed to consume 2 tablets, 600 milligrams apiece twice per day. The total or placebo consumed was 2.4 grams. 2 tablets at 600 milligrams, 1200 milligrams twice per day for the duration of just a mere 10 weeks. No adverse events were reported. In conclusion, the results of the study indicate that beta-alanine supplementation enhanced cognitive performance in older adults whose baseline cognitive levels were borderline to below normal. In addition, beta-alanine supplementation was able to reduce symptoms of depression. And again, the link will be there on the YouTube channel for you to follow so you can research on your own. Remember my words, very popular during the 80s, trust but validate. Who said that? Now, again, so I mean, you can trust me, but it's even more exciting if you validate me. That sounds needy, but still just the same. All right, but however, though, this is an incredible, incredible research that's emerging in regard to beta-alanine. Originally, for example, ourselves, it was pioneered as a sports nutrition supplement. Since then, like other elements like creatine, vinpocetine, vanadium, and so on and so forth, things that were originally designed or marketed for sports nutrition challenges somehow now edge their way slowly into basically the general nutrition realm altogether. So it's actually kind of exciting to see that type of evolution in regard to this particular supplement itself. But again, gratitude to the researchers. They're pretty up to date because it wasn't just a few weeks ago that you and I covered the study in regard to special operation units in regard to combat stress. And they already incorporated it right into their full study, which was actually kind of cool. And then helped interpret the reason why and the outcome as follows. So still kind of neat. Gratitude to the researchers, don't want to forget that. And I know it's repetitive, and I reiterate every week, but still just the same, I really do always mean it. I am humbled you watch and look forward to see you all next time. See you next time. Well, again, to repeat, to reiterate, well, stop you while I'm ahead. Catch you a little bit. Bye-bye.